Is the updated US travel ban is going to be a problem if you're choosing to relocate to Africa? Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat slash nomad for 10 years now. I'm on my fourth country, third continent here in the southern region of Africa in Lusaka, Zambia. And what I've started doing over these 10 years now is sharing with you what I've learned, but most importantly, if you're thinking about becoming an expat or already one, why you should be looking into the southern region of Africa because of some of the opportunities that exist within this region of the continent. And so today, let's go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a short video, and it's really talking about, is the US travel ban really going to be harmful, if you're an American who's trying to relocate or as an expatriate or a repatriate to countries here in Africa, but mainly the southern region. So I am in one of the countries that is on this new proposed ban list, which is Zambia. But I was actually reading through the article. I didn't go and read the actual whatever President Donald Trump signed, but just from the article, and it's just saying like it's giving people, the country, 60 days. So it's not even saying that they're banning them. It's actually saying that they may put a partial or some kind of full restriction on them, but most likely it's going to be partial. I've been looking at the countries and I'm like, some of these countries don't even make sense to be on there. If you've been around the continent, or if you've seen some of these countries or personally or met people from there, you'd be like, this is something political. So countries like Cape Verde, no one talks bad about Cape Verdeans. You don't hear nothing bad about there. Malawi's on there. Malawi's still one of the countries I want to go to. Met wonderful people from Malawi. Let me see. We have Tanzania on there. Tanzania is, it's a good country. Not for me personally. I'm just not into those beach type places. When I went to Dar es Salaam, it's really not my vibe. I'm more of a mountain, cool weather not cool weather, but mountain, springish type weather. And then we have Zambia and Zimbabwe. I've never met a bad Zimbabwean yet, man. I'll be honest with you. Every time I meet people from Zimbabwe, they're really great people, hardworking people, and they some hustlers. And I always hear women of other African countries complimenting how women from Zimbabwe are really hard workers and they're really business minded. And for Zambians are some of the most peaceful people in the world. So like me living in Zambia right now, I know there's no reason for Zambia to be on this list as far as something bad happening. So this is what shows me like must be some political things. They might want some mineral contracts, the usual. We know how they go. But if you're an expat or a repat and you're thinking about coming, especially if you're thinking about coming to Zambia, come. You're not seeing this anti-American backlash like you see in some parts of the world. The people here are really welcoming, really great people. And I think a lot of people in this southern region, they understand there's a difference between the U.S. government and people who just happen to be born in that country. They are interested in our life, our struggles, and, see like, is it like the TV? Is it like how the movies portray? But outside of that, I don't get that visceral hatred that you can get in other countries, especially if you're retired military or in the military now, you've been traveling to other countries. You see that sometime, man, and it can get scary. I remember when I was in South Korea, when I first got there, Seoul was having a real big problem at the time. There was a lot of anti-American sentiment, and most of it was very well deserved. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got there, it was where some soldiers were driving one of the, I think it was a 5-ton vehicle or something, one of the big vehicles, and they ended up running over a child. And instead of doing just the common decency thing, they, acting like they're at war or something, like that human life didn't matter. And so the consequence of that, it led to a lot of protests, a lot of anti-American sentiment. And it was weird because where I was stationed further south in South Korea, people loved us. We got along with the people. We treated them with respect. But, sometimes you have those few bad apples and they spoil the barrel and make it bad for everybody. So that's why I say, like, still come to Zambia. It's not that anti-American sentiment. Really great people. I still consider this to be one of the safest places I've ever lived in. I'm not painting you a utopia. It does have its little bit of problems here. Yes, we have a lot of load shedding here, a whole lot of load shedding here, but you get used to it, man. It's not that bad, and you're able to get solar backup if you're willing to invest the money into it, or pay the extra money for people that already invested into that in their properties. But like, I do want to address one thing, like, what is wrong with these travel bans? I'm just looking at some of the countries that I'm seeing on the list. You can pull up the list on your own. I don't want to bore you with news jargon. But the biggest problem that I see is I don't think the United States realized what made it such a great country so many years ago. And what I mean by that is it was immigration, it was immigrants, it was people leaving their home countries looking for better opportunities. And they just wanted to use the skill set that they have to get a fair opportunity. And I don't think the United States government still realized that is what it was that made America such a great country at one point. However, I do think new governments, especially these up and coming governments, or these not up and coming governments, but the countries that are now moving faster in the developmental phases, which is mainly your African countries, they have an opportunity to create something that the U.S. is just not paying attention to right now, and most other westernized countries, which is make it, since your country is already affordable. Like Zambia is very affordable if you look at it compared to the world market, especially when it comes to rental and things like that. But if you look at it from the perspective of someone coming from the United States with a consistent cash flow coming in, they can be living a great life out here. And it gives them the potential to invest in businesses and try new things, which is the one thing that the United States is not able to do anymore. It's expensive to live there, man. Like, look, I'm not sitting here saying Jason's like I'm the only one that can that not even that I couldn't afford to live there. I just didn't want to afford to live there. Like, if you talk to majority Americans who are hardworking, especially within the government, within military, truck drivers, factory workers, seasonal workers, like the ones who do the seafood processing plants and things where they go and they work a whole lot of hours just to get a large sum of money at once. Like, they probably will tell you that they're tired. And the thing that really has them tired the most is the money that they make is never really feeling like enough there. It's not enough for them to venture into business opportunities. It's not enough in there for them to feel comfortable that they're going to be able to leave the next generation a substantial piece of something to be able to have a better starting point. And this is where I believe that expat life or repatriate life is the answer to those problems. So let's take Zambia, for instance. Zambia, which is a really great country. You can be living in a very nice place for about $400 to $500 US a month. Now you can take that budget up as much as you need to, depending on what amenities that you need right now for your present term of life. Now, the catch with that is you have the ability to invest in land here once you get here legally and get your NRC. You have the ability to open up businesses here. You have the ability to actually get into the stock market here. You have the ability to invest in government trust and bonds. All of these different things. You can get into mineral permit to where you're being able to move minerals in and out. Like, all of these different things exist here. And guess how it could really benefit, who it would really benefit, and how it would actually benefit the Zambians. If Zambia say, you know what, US, we get you don't trust our people. You don't feel like our people deserve to go to your country. But you know what? We feel like there's a group of people that's worked really hard in the US and they would really love to not only meet Zambians, but be in Zambia. I would create such a great retirement permit here to where I would do it like based loosely off of Panama's pensionado permit or visa. Because I was under that when I was in Panama. I was under the pensionado. It's to where you even get like a 10% discount for being a retiree in major stores and things like that. It don't work at mom and pop stores, but it works at the major chains. So like maybe at a ShopRite, a Pick and Pay, some of those big chain stores, the KFCs, the Hungry Lions, all of those stores, and really just even make it simpler for them to even to be able to purchase land. What I mean by simpler, meaning less red tape and make it harder for people to be able to rip them off. So maybe increase the penalties when it comes to if you're ripping people off with land. Because if you bring those securities here and if you start bringing in and becoming that retirement destination, especially for here in this region of Africa, where it's easy to set up home and you can still fly all across the world, you will see a large influx in your economy. Not only top of that, I believe I'm doing some things personally right now. I'm not going to go into details yet until probably a few months from now, but you will be understanding what's going on right now. And you'll see the results of it also. Is that I believe Zambia has the potential to be one of the biggest medical tourist destinations in the world. From what I've been seeing about dental costs, asking people, questioning things, this place is very affordable when it comes to dental and a lot of medical procedures. And I'm talking about very expensive medical procedures that exist in the United States. It's coming off looking very, very affordable. I'm going to document it all. That's why I'm going through some things right now. I'm documenting it. And once I have all the information, I'm going to go through and do a whole series about it. But it is looking like this region of Africa may be some of the cheapest accommodations for medical and dental services. And I hate using the word cheapest, but like it's compared to everywhere in the world I've been looking into, even Colombia, which was very, very affordable, very cheap. Here is way more affordable than Colombia, and that's dental and some higher price medical services that you can get done here. So, if I was the Zambian government, I would be going after every retired government or military pensioner. If you have a pension in the USA, I would be doing adverts just for marketing towards retirees, pensioners in the United States to get them there. Because you have the opportunity to purchase land, you can build your dream home, you can start your dream business that you always wanted to do. You can give back to the community by helping, because one of the things that they need here is entrepreneurship. And then you can possibly build generational wealth. What more do you need besides those 5 things to say more about why to come here? And if you're on a pension, it's a lot easier because you have guaranteed money coming in every month without the stress of will it be tough or will the money run out? So that's why I'm saying they should target those people. I know somebody's going to shoot me an email and be like, but what if I got money? I have a business that's bringing this much. I'm not a pensioner. That's not fair. I get it. I'm talking about making things for the simplest that you remember you start off with the lowest hanging fruit first. The lowest hanging fruit for any country that wants to just bring in an influx of income to their economy is target pensioners in other countries. It's just the simplest thing, especially if it's in like the US, the UK, and all that. Like I think I was in the bank today, and the Great Britain pound is still like almost 30 pounds. No, 30 kwacha to £1, where the US dollar is 24 kwacha to $1. Like, why wouldn't you bring those people here? They'll be living here, all that money just be circulating through the economy. It'll be increasing the ability to hire people, increasing the necessity to hire people, and it'll be increasing the potential of your entrepreneurship within the country. And that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, just leave those down below. And just remember, before you just remember, last thing before I go, everything you read in the media does not necessarily mean it's gloom or doom. It doesn't have to mean something horrible. We need to start analyzing things and do a lot of critical thinking when we're reading a lot of these things, because this is how a lot of response mechanisms go to play. Like people be like, oh, the U.S. is banning Zambians from coming into Zambia. That's not from the U.S. That's not what the article even said. Even talked about they're giving them 60 days. Is something that the U.S. wants politically done, and that's why they're doing this threat on them. But most importantly, a lot of people automatically react and say, oh, Zambia should do the same thing to Americans. No, stop this tit for tat stuff. Like we have to start analyzing things and seeing things for what they are and saying what is going to be the best outcome for me. And me in this case is Zambia. Zambia as a whole, what's going to be the best outcome for Zambia? Not banning Americans from coming here, but instead saying, you know what, guys, I acknowledge you worked hard over there for the United States to get what you need to get. You busted your butt for that pension. So you know what? Come enjoy that pension here in Zambia. Come chill here. Make your home in Lusaka. Make your home in Ndola. Go to the lower Zambezi and see the beautiful nature reserves and the beautiful rivers. Like, go do all of these things and come here where you can do it and you can live here and not only be safer than where you're coming from, but your money can go further so you can live a better life and most likely live the life of your dreams. That is how we have to start responding to things, especially when we're seeing a lot of this negativity when it's coming across for international politics. There's always a gold lining beneath everything. Sometimes we just got to squint just a little bit more from a different angle, and then we'll be able to see it. And so just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.